Welcome everyone, I'm Kingly Valence, and thanks for watching the Spore Speedrun Challenge. Today, we are going achievement hunting and unlocking all 89 achievements in Spore that are possible without needing a Spore account or a minimum amount of playtime. This run took almost 28 hours and was performed live on YouTube across 8 different parts and took place over 2 months. Thank you to everyone who watched live and helped me unlock all these achievements. And the entire run is available if you'd like to watch the whole thing as well. Throughout the run, we kept track of all 89 achievements we unlocked on a spreadsheet, link in the description, along with the time each achievement was unlocked. For this speedrun, we are excluding the online achievements, including the infamous front page news achievement, as this achievement requires us to get one of our creations featured on Spore's website, which is out of our control for a timed speedrun. There are also a few achievements that track total time playing, including the Spore Addict achievement, which is just to play Spore for 100 hours that we're also excluding, as we were able to complete everything else in far less time than that. One interesting achievement that we will be getting during the run is the Pathological Cheater achievement. This one requires us to use the console commands and cheat 50 times. However, to keep this run legit, we will not be using any command console cheats for any other achievement, and we will unlock the Pathological Cheater achievement last once we've done everything else. Most speedruns in Spore all take place in one save game, where we start in Cell Stage and work towards our goal with the same creature from the same home planet. However, for this challenge run, we will need multiple playthroughs of Spore to unlock all the achievements. Most notably, the Alter Ego's Alter Ego achievement needs us to complete the Space Stage progress bar as every one of the 10 archetypes. This is one of the more intimidating achievements, and the achievement we'll be working towards the entire run. For this first playthrough of Spore, we'll become an Ecologist, which is one of the 10 archetypes for Space Stage. Ecologist requires one of the more specific paths through the first 4 stages in Spore to get the archetype. We are going to complete the first 4 stages with consequence traits as red, blue, green, green on the timeline, as this also gives us really good Space Stage abilities. This first playthrough will spend a lot of time in Space Stage, so we want to make sure we get good abilities once we get into space. For now, we are still in Cell Stage, but we can start unlocking achievements. The first achievement we can unlock is Completist, which is to collect all 6 parts in Cell Stage. And that puts us on the board for 1 out of 89. And when we finish Cell Stage for the first time, we'll get a group of achievements as well. Next we got Speed Freak for completing Cell Stage in under 8 minutes, then Landfall for finishing Cell Stage as well. For each stage, there are achievements for completing the stage, completing each stage in under a certain amount of time, and beating each stage on hard difficulty. This first run-through is on easy, as most of the achievements don't care what difficulty we're on, but we will complete a hard run later that will also collect the hard difficulty achievements. Making our way through Creature Stage, making sure we stay in the adaptable range on the timeline as we're ready to advance out of Creature Stage. However, before we go, we need to make sure we get a save right here as the progress bar is complete. Now we can advance through, completing Creature Stage in less than an hour for the Speed Demon achievement, Survivor for finishing Creature Stage without dying, and Evolver for beating Creature Stage. Notice how all of these achievements unlocked for beating Creature Stage appear as soon as we click the history and view the timeline. This will be important in a second. Now we can go into Tribal Stage and quit without saving and go back to the main menu. Here we also get the Creature Stage unlock and the Tribal Stage unlocked achievements, bringing us up to 8 achievements. But here comes the first achievement exploit of the speedrun. Since we quit without saving from that Tribal Stage, we can load back into Creature Stage with the progress bar still full, and advance into the timeline again. Doing this will actually count as completing Creature Stage a second time. This is important as there are achievements for playing through the first 4 stages multiple times. And we can keep doing this to make our Creature Stage completion count increase without actually needing to play through all of Creature Stage again. And after 5 minutes of looping through the end of Creature Stage, we unlock the Bestial achievement for playing Creature Stage 10 times. This is a huge time save for the speedrun. We will end up playing through Creature Stage 5 total times during the entire challenge, but this will save us needing to play through Creature Stage 5 additional times. This exploit also does work for Civilization Stage, but unfortunately, this doesn't appear to work for the Cell Stage or the Tribal Stage achievements, so this exploit only works for 2 out of the 4 stages. But now we can move into Tribal Stage and continue like a normal speedrun. Using the normal save and quit trick during the Tribal Stage speedrun to not unlock any instruments puts us back to the main menu for a second, where the Civilization Stage unlock achievement appears. Finishing Tribal Stage, but before moving on, we could take a moment to domesticate 3 different species for the Domestic Bliss achievement. The creature doesn't actually have to be brought all the way back to our tribe, it counts as soon as they pick up the food. Advancing out of Tribal Stage in less than an hour for Ergonomically Terrific, Founder for beating Tribal Stage, and Watchful Parent for completing Tribal Stage without one of our tribe members dying. And since we can't do the exploit for the 10 times Tribal Stage achievement, this will be the first of 10 Tribal Stages that we'll have to complete. We'll get a bunch of achievements once we finish this civilization stage as well. We are going to do the 10 times civilization stage achievement, but unlike creature stage, where the completion counts when we click the history button, civilization stage is completed right when the progress bar becomes full. So once we have our 9th city, we are going to save. Now we can capture the last city or accept or surrender, and that fills the progress bar, which starts unlocking our civilization stage achievements, including Fear of Flying for beating Civ without buying an aircraft, Rolling Thunder for beating Civ in under an hour, and Missionary for beating Civ with at least 8 religious cities. Now we can begin completing Civilization Stage 9 more times by quitting back to the main menu, which also gives us the Space Stage Unlocked achievement, returning to Civilization Stage right before the last city is captured, and they can either surrender again or wait for us to capture, and after 10 total completions, we get the Relentless achievement. We will end up playing Civilization Stage 7 total times for this challenge, but this saves us 3 extra Civ playthroughs. Before we go into space, we can take a moment to capture all the Spice Geysers for the Spice Hoarder achievement, and we can make 10 city anthems for the Ghetto Blaster achievement. We can just click randomize and save, and after counting 10 times, we get the achievement. Making our way into Space Stage, we get another batch of achievements. First is Galactic God for playing a complete and continuous game of Spore, Starman for beating Civ and making it into Space Stage, and Ecologist Passion for finally reaching Space Stage as an ecologist. In space, we'll take a stop at the center of the galaxy to get the 42 achievement, and pick up the Staff of Life from Steve, which will be really handy throughout Space Stage. Returning home, and we need to find a purple spice planet, and we can use our new Staff of Life here to terraform the planet. With some colonies placed, we can do our classic spice duplication trick, which is how we're going to make a lot of money. We also need to work towards filling the Space Stage progress bar. There are 10 achievements for just becoming each archetype, and 10 additional achievements for completing the Space Stage progress bar as each archetype as well. Upon completion of all of these, then gives us the Alter Ego's Alter Ego achievement. Completing a full playthrough of Spore to become one of each archetype would take a pretty long time. But thankfully, to help speed that along, we can use the split personality missions during Space Stage to change our archetype. When another allied empire is large enough, they will give us the training mission to change our philosophy and our archetype. This process is still fairly slow as well, but it can be faster than playing through the whole game again to become different archetypes manually. We're going to save right when our current Ecologist progress bar is almost full. Then when we complete the Ecologist progress bar, we can return to the previous save before it was completed. We will then do the split personality mission for a different archetype, and complete the remaining of the progress bar again. Looking through all the split personality missions, the Diplomats, Scientists, and Zealot archetypes are the fastest to complete, but the rest of the archetype split personality missions are actually pretty long, and it isn't worth doing the longer split personality missions for the other archetypes, compared to playing through the game again and filling the Space Stage progress bar from scratch. We'd also have to wait for each of the empires to control 9 star systems to reach level 4 before they'll give us the split personality missions. Thankfully, waiting for our diplomats to expand, we can work towards some other achievements while we wait. The Space Stage achievements are by far the grindiest achievements, and the Questmaster achievement is one of the worst, where we have to complete 150 different missions. I remember from the All Badges run from the Destroy Grox Speedrun, we needed to complete 140 missions for the badges, and that took hours on its own, so I was not looking forward to doing 150 missions for this run. But after spending an hour doing missions right next door to the diplomats, they became a level 4 empire. But now we have to wait again next to the Scientists and Zealots. The other empires will only expand if we are nearby, so after all the waiting by the diplomats, the other two are still small. Thankfully, we found an area that had both a Scientist and a Zealot close to each other, but they both need to expand to 9 star systems. So I tried placing some colonies in between, so hopefully they won't run into each other and declare war. And after more waiting, and completing about 50 of the 150 missions we need, we're going to help speed things along. Since these empires just need to control 9 systems, we asked the Scientists and Zealots to attack some other nearby empires. We then helped out these campaigns for them to capture the systems, and that helped them reach their 9 systems a bit faster. Now we have all 3 empires ready to go to start the split personality trainings. We also saved about an hour thanks to the Scientists and Zealots being close to each other and being able to expand at the same time. First, before we start the split personalities, we need to reach the title of Omnipotent to earn the Master Badge level 10 as an Ecologist for the Ecologist Hero achievement. Now we can go back to our previous save, which was just before completing the Space Stage progress bar, and start the Diplomat split personality mission, which is to form 5 new alliances, which is a super easy mission to change into a diplomat. And when we complete the mission, we become a diplomat and get the Diplomatic Passion achievement. There was also the split personality achievement for completing one of these change archetype missions as well. But now it's set up to just need a few more badge points to reach the title of Omnipotent again, and we can get the Diplomatic Hero achievement right away. Quit without saving again, and return to the Scientists, whose mission is to view 20 non-planetary systems. Wormholes count for this mission, and going through a wormhole to the other side counts as a second one as well. Return to the Scientists and get the Scientist Passion achievement, immediately followed by the Scientist Hero achievement. Rinse and repeat once more with the Zealots, and the Zealots want us to colonize 15 planets. This doesn't take too long, and we get the Zealot Passion and Zealot Hero achievements. And we are done with the split personality missions. The rest of the archetype achievements will be done manually. With this base game, we can unlock a few more space stage specific achievements before beginning a second playthrough. Let's buy a Planet Buster and head straight to Earth. Earth in the Sol System is always in the same location in the Spore Galaxy, so we can fly right there. We get the Manifest Destiny achievement for finding Earth, and the Ode the Humanity achievement for destroying Earth. And I made a separate speedrun to destroy Earth in 17 minutes if you'd like to check that out as well. And speaking of planet busting, we can go for the Quietest Star achievement for destroying 20 planets. Buying Planet Busters from a warrior empire is half as expensive than from buying it from our empire. After duplicating millions of Spore bucks worth of spice, and buying so many Planet Busters our own empire is starting to get nervous, we can start busting planets. And after 20 planets, we get the Quietest Star achievement. However, we didn't actually need to destroy 20 different planets. Just like how we could exploit the 10 times creature and civilization stage achievements, the Quietest Star and a lot more achievements are cheesable in the same way. We realized this after completing this achievement on stream, that we could have actually just used the first Planet Buster we used to destroy Earth, then quit without saving, and destroy Earth 20 times, and that would have counted as well. Knowing this would have saved about 30 minutes from the run, not needing to actually buy all those Planet Busters. We realized a similar thing as we moved on to the next achievement as well. The Bioengineer achievement wants us to use the Creature Tweaker tool to make creature edits in Space Stage 25 times. And we actually bought 25 Creature Tweakers and made quick edits. But interestingly, on the 25th Creature Tweaker tool used, we got the Bioengineer achievement as we entered the editor. Turns out the achievement counter checks as we enter the editor and not as we leave, meaning we didn't even need to save the creature. And we can click the red X to cancel the editor to return to our spaceship, and that wouldn't have even used one of our Creature Tweakers. We could have gotten this achievement with one Creature Tweaker ammo without even saving a creature. This could have saved us maybe 5 minutes or so during the run. Not too much overall, but good to know these optimizations. Starting to catch on to how Spore actually checks achievement progress, we went for the Thief achievement, which is to steal 50 spice crates from other empires. During the stream, we suspected if we just drop and take back the same spice crate over and over, that might just work, and it totally does. Next, going for the Conquistador achievement, which is to capture 15 star systems from other empires. This one was difficult because we actually had to claim the star system. Just destroying the city counts towards the Conqueror badge, but wouldn't count towards the achievement. And on TerraScore 0 planets, where these cities are really easy to attack, they would most likely get destroyed without being able to be captured. So we captured home planets, which took a little bit longer, but at least one of the cities would survive so we could claim the system. Turns out this achievement is also exploitable, which I found out afterwards. If we have a save with a system ready to be captured, we can capture it, quit without saving, and keep capturing the same system, and that would have counted towards the Conquistador achievement as well. And that would have also saved about 15 minutes. Continuing our rapid fire space achievements, Palm Greaser to pay 50 bribes in Space Stage. We can just pay the same empire the minimum 10,000 Spore bucks over and over to reach 50, and close the communication panel to get the achievement. Next is Careless Parent, which is losing 5 planets in Space Stage. I thought we were going to need another empire to attack us to capture our colonies. But nope, turns out we can destroy our own colonies ourselves. And the quit without saving exploit works here as well. Next up is Civil Engineer, and thanks to the wiki for the heads up on this one. This achievement needs us to promote 20 tribal stage planets into civilization stage with monoliths. The wiki noted this needs to be done on an existing tribal stage planet, and won't count if we promote a planet from creature stage into tribal stage first. Though thankfully there are lots of tribal stage planets around to choose from, and we got that achievement as well. Another random task for us to complete is to control 10 colonies with at least 3 cities each, that are completely filled with buildings and turrets. Thanks to the Staff of Life and as much money as we need from our purple spice, we were able to max out 10 planets for the Empire Builder achievement. Next achievement on the list is Zookeeper, where we have to place 15 wildlife sanctuaries. This achievement is a little difficult, because unlocking the wildlife sanctuary takes a little while. We can unlock the sanctuaries from the Eco Hero 3 badge, which is to save 10 planets from eco disasters, or the Zoologist 3 badge, which is to complete 20 ecosystems. Zoologist is a bit easier since we can fill out the ecosystems whenever we want without having to wait for the eco-disasters to show up. And when we unlock the Zoologist 3 badge, this was also our 100th badge for the Maxis Scout achievement. This achievement must have been counting all the badges we were getting during the split personality missions when we were reaching the title of Omnipotent multiple times. So this badge is technically exploitable in the same quit without saving method, but seeing how we still have many more titles of Omnipotent to go, we don't need to unlock this badge on purpose. It should always just unlock in the background as we complete the rest of the achievements. But back to Zookeeper, after placing our 15 wildlife sanctuaries, we got the Zookeeper achievement right as the last one finished unpacking on the planet. And that's all the achievements we're going to get from this save game. We got 45 achievements all from one game, starting from Cell Stage and making our way into space. Which makes me kind of wonder, how many achievements could we get from just one save game? For this speedrun, it'll be much faster for us to now start a second playthrough of Spore, but now over here. But let me know if you'd like to see the one saved game achievement hunter in the future. For now, we're going to start at this new location and go for the Knight archetype. There aren't any other Knights or Knight split personality missions, so we'll have to become a Knight manually. And we're going to choose a blue-red-green-red path to get there, through the first 4 stages. Completing Cell Stage again gets us 1 closer to the 25 cell stages needed for the Cell Addict achievement, now up to 2. But once we get into Creature Stage, we can get a bunch more achievements during the second pass through the game. A couple easy ones to get right away that I forgot last time is the Cerberus achievement for having a creature with 3 heads. This just means we need 3 different mouths on our creature, so not too bad. For this creature stage, we're going to be mostly aggressive, but we can go for the Max Power achievement, which is to have a creature with at least 4 parts at level 5. And we'll get all 4 max level aggressive parts to fight and extinct 20 different species for the Foe achievement. And while we have maximum fighting power, we can take on an epic. We started attacking it with our Summon Flock and our packmates, but they were quickly taken out. And still with over 700 health, the epic is chasing us down. I was trying to lure it back home to one of our nests to have our respawning creatures help attack it, but instead it got stuck on this rock. Even though it was stuck and couldn't figure out how to keep chasing us, that was still one of the most stressful 10 minutes I've had on stream, as we just continuously used our spit on the epic. Making sure our creature kept eating, as this took so long our creature was starving multiple times. And that was with spit level 5. But eventually, after doing about 4 damage per shot, we took down the epic for the Epic Killer achievement. I've only taken down an epic in Creature Stage a couple times before, if we don't count using Galactic Adventure Captains to melt Creature Stage epics instantly. With the epic down, we took a taste of 50 different species for the Devourer achievement, then moving into Tribal Stage for our second Tribal Stage completion towards the 10 times Tribal achievement. Then into Civilization Stage, where we took over the planet through military means and got the Military Strongman achievement for beating Civ with at least 8 military cities. Bringing us back into Space Stage to become a Knight and unlock the Knight Passion achievement. Working towards the title Omnipotent again, we picked up one of our creatures we made during the Creature Tweaker achievement, which unlocks us the Deja Vu achievement for finding something we made in a previous game of Spore. This looks like making all those unnecessary creatures worked out after all. Completing the rest of the Space Stage progress bar, and we reach the title of Omnipotent in about an hour and a half for this night run for the Knight Hero achievement. Typically, I'd expect to complete the Space Stage progress bar in about an hour and 10 minutes, but we had some Kira distractions during the stream. Kira's my new kitten, and she'll sometimes appear on stream, and she likes to climb my chair. But I've also completed the title of Omnipotent as a standalone speedrun in less than 50 minutes if you'd like to see how this part of the speedrun is completed quickly. The practice from that video really came in handy in this series, since we had to complete the title of Omnipotent multiple times, and it takes a fairly long time for each archetype. After our night run, we started up our 3rd playthrough of Spore, now going for the Bard archetype. We've gone through the whole game so far as an Ecologist, Knight, and now a Bard. Using this consequence trait table from the wiki, these 3 archetypes also all require the first 4 stages to be completed in specific ways before we reach Space Stage. Doing these archetypes first gives us a reason to make multiple passes through the campaign, and keep collecting achievements as we go through the first 4 stages again. Cell Stage number 3 complete, and throughout this Creature Stage going for the Bard archetype, we are going to be fully social during Creature Stage, and get the Everyone's BFF achievement for befriending 20 different species. We found 2 rogues to join our pack for the Village Folks achievement, which is to have 3 different species in our pack. And one of those slots containing one of our species also does count. Finally, take a long flight for the Flight of the Bumblebee achievement for flying 200 meters without touching the ground. It's interesting Spore has a real-life distance counter in the game, and what we also realized during the stream was the pause launch tricks for Creature Stage never worked for this achievement. We actually had to get better wings and fly off a mountain to get this one legit. Even though the pause launch trick can make us fly all the way around the planet without touching the ground, the way Spore must track when we leave the ground must not be working right when we use this trick. Moving into travel stage for our third completion as well, and nothing extra to do for this civilization stage, and making it into space for the Bard Passion achievement. And during this Omnipotent run, similar to the Deja Vu achievement, we allied 2 of our own creatures for the Identity Crisis achievement. Thankfully, these Encounter Your Own Creature achievements came up pretty quickly. And from here, completed another Title of Omnipotent speedrun, taking about an hour and 10 minutes, much faster this time, for the Bard Hero achievement. Needing a break from the Omnipotent % runs, we can now do a hard difficulty playthrough. We have to complete each of the first 4 stages on hard difficulty for some achievements as well. This counts as our 4th cell stage, and we got the Aluminum Cell achievement for finishing cell stage on hard difficulty. This hard difficulty run won't be going for any specific archetype. Space stage on hard is much more difficult to reach the title of Omnipotent, so this playthrough will be specifically focused on just completing each stage on hard as quickly as possible, with a couple of other achievements that are a bit easier on hard difficulty as well. During Creature stage, we found another epic that we were going to throw our packmates into. We are right at our home nest, so we can keep collecting more packmates and continuously throwing them into the fire. We aren't trying to kill another epic, but we are purposefully trying to lose 30 packmates for the General Custer achievement. Our packmates dying for this achievement is a sacrifice I am willing to make. That also finishes Creature stage on hard for the Iron Creature achievement, and we made sure to die in Creature stage at least once, which we will need for the Can't Win for Losing achievement that we will get later as well. Next in Travel stage, we also need to allow ourselves to lose and have our main hut be destroyed. Now we're back and trying to finish this travel stage, but this travel stage must have been cursed. After a relatively crash-free speedrun, we got the return of the crashes. Spore kept crashing during this travel stage over and over. It completely stopped our progress. I've seen travel stage crash all the time, but usually it'll crash once, and then we'll be able to complete the rest of it. But not this time. I almost had to save up to the second it would crash, and we couldn't get past. So we had to abandon this travel stage and go back to the main menu, and start up a new travel stage on hard difficulty. This was about 20 minutes of unfortunate time loss. But we keep going, and we finally beat travel stage on hard for the Steel Tribe achievement, also putting our travel stage completions up to 4. In Civilization stage, we once again allow ourselves to lose on purpose to unlock the Can't Win for Losing achievement. See, there was a reason for losing, it was all done on purpose. After returning to our previous save, we tried to also beat Civilization stage on hard, but I kinda flubbed it. We got into a bit of a stalemate with the other nations, and it's all not gone well. I don't think I would have lost again, and I bet it was still winnable, but recovering would have taken too much time. I wish I had kept a save point here to try this again later, but since we were on the clock in the middle of a speedrun, I cut my losses, ignoring about 20 minutes of sunk costs, and returned back to the start of Civilization stage again, this time learning from my mistakes, and this run of Civ on hard went far smoother, beating Civilization stage this time in about 10 minutes for the Adamantium Civilization achievement. Not the fastest run on hard difficulty reaching space stage, but we got through it. Now returning to more Title of Omnipotent % runs, and I thought the hard difficulty run was going to be a nice break. Taking another look at the wiki list for the archetypes, we've done these 3 from full campaign runs, we've completed these 3 through split personality missions, and that leaves us with 4 more to go. For these archetypes, the Shaman, Trader, and Warrior, we only need to complete Civilization stage with the correct color to get the archetype. We no longer have to play through all 4 stages, so that'll save us some time. We'll first go to the Warrior archetype, which means we just need to complete Civilization stage as military, and we can start Civilization stage from the main menu. Playing as military, and we get the ICBM ability to launch nukes at all of our remaining rivals. This is not only fun just to nuke the other cities, but this is also for the conclusion achievement, and advancing into space stage, and that's all it takes to become the Warrior archetype for the Warrior Passion achievement. Rinse and repeat another hour and a half for the Warrior Hero achievement. For the next couple of achievements, I forgot to record locally, so we'll use the stream footage, so we'll see me again for a little bit. As the Warrior archetype, we also get the Raider Rally ability. This ability will summon a fleet of pirate ships to help attack another planet. Thankfully for our purposes today, these pirates are extremely weak, and we can take most of them out with one shot. The Raider Rally appears to spawn 4 groups of ships. Each group has 4 or 5 smaller ships and a large ship, so around 20 ships per Raider Rally. We're going to use these pirate ships to get the Gunner achievement, which is to destroy 500 spaceships in space stage. This is kind of a lot, and would take forever normally, but thankfully we can use the Raider Rally on one of our colonies, destroy the ships, quit with or without saving in this case, and return to the game. And the Raider Rally ability is ready to go again. This works for all archetype abilities to remove their cooldowns by quitting to the main menu and returning to the game. After around 20 resets or so, we also got the Questmaster achievement for completing 150 missions. Looks like saving our colony from the pirate invasion was also counting towards completing a disaster mission. We did 50 missions waiting for the split personalities to be ready, and doing the starting tutorial missions each time we started Space Stage, we finally completed 150 total missions. After a few more resets, we got the Gunner achievement as well for destroying 500 spaceships. That's everything we need this warrior save for. And to break up the Omnipotent runs again, we can beat Creature Stage without legs for the Slugger achievement. Using the wings in this creature part that also includes sprint without needing feet, doesn't really take that much longer than a regular Creature Stage run. And taking a quick stop into Travel Stage, we need to unlock the Healing Rods. I never used the Healing Rods before doing this series. Travel Stage definitely has the most tools that I haven't used throughout all of the stages, but we need the Healing Rods to heal one of our members 5 times in a row. We can have one of our tribe members attack this regular creature, and have our other tribe members with the Healing Rods nearby. Heal up our tribe member 5 times, and that gives us the Medic achievement. Max has probably expected us to fight each of the tribes and heal our tribe members throughout the stage. But nope, we can just take 1 damage, heal up, and that counts. But that's enough fun. Back to Omnipotent runs. We're going to complete Civilization Stage as Economic to become a trader in Space Stage. We haven't played Civilization Stage as Economic yet, so we still have the Economist achievement to get. Using the global merger doesn't actually convert the other cities into economic cities when we get them, so we'll have to make sure we have at least 8 economic cities if we use the global merger. This way, when we beat Civilization Stage, we get the Economist achievement for finishing Civ with at least 8 cities. The achievement says more than 8 economic cities, but just having 8 also works. That brings us back into Space Stage for the Trader Passion achievement, and after only an hour and 10 minutes again, we got the Trader Hero achievement. Pretty good Omnipotent run for the Trader archetype. Now back for a few Tribal Stage achievements. Like Civilization Stage, Tribal Stage also has achievements for completing that stage in specific ways. There are achievements for both allying all 5 tribes and destroying all 5 tribes as well. Even though we have been completing Tribal Stage socially by performing for all the other tribes, we've been using the trick where we don't unlock additional instruments each time during the run. Because of this trick, our totem pole was not actually recording how we were progressing through the stage. But now we can go through and fully ally the other tribes, no save and quit tricks this time, and we got the Tribal Socialite achievement for our 5th Tribal Stage. And we can destroy all 5 tribes for the Vicious achievement for our 6th Tribal Stage. We still need to complete 10 Tribal Stages, so we did 4 more Tribal Stages in a row. Each Tribal Stage took about 9 minutes to complete, so not too bad. And we got the Tribal achievement. Back to another Omnipotent run. Thankfully we spaced out the Omnipotent runs throughout this series without doing a bunch in a row for my sanity. Here we're going to be the Shaman archetype, which means we just need to complete Civilization Stage as Religious. But that's no problem, we can speedrun right through and get the Shaman Passion achievement in Space Stage. And what comes after a Passion achievement? That's right, the Shaman Hero achievement. Another achievement I rarely think about is Universe in a Box. This one needs us to play in every stage and every creator. We've definitely played in every stage by now. However, it appeared we'd used every editor, except the achievement never appeared. It turns out, when trying to get into the civilian editors in the main menu for Civilization Stage and Space Stage, making your own creature first, then moving into the civilian editor, doesn't count towards the achievement. This appears to be a bug in the game, but the way around it is to either use one of the editors in the actual stage, or from the main menu, edit an existing creature and go straight into the civilian editor, and that will count. Also interesting we found afterwards, is we don't need to use nearly as many editors as it seems. We only need to be in one type of editor if there are multiple kinds. We do need to go in each type of creature editor, including Cell, Creature, Tribal, Civ, and Space editors, but we only need to go in one type of building editor, one type of tank, boat, plane, and colony vehicle editors. The colony vehicles need to be accessed from within Space Stage, but they are different from the Civilization Stage vehicle versions. Then also enter the spaceship editor, and that's it. We don't need to enter the creature tweaker editor, we don't need to make any anthems, and we don't need any Galactic Adventure editors, even if they're installed. This one puzzled us on stream for a while, which is why I fully researched it and now know way too much about the Universe in a Box achievement. Now it's the moment the stream had been waiting for, Cell Stage Day. We have only completed Cell Stage 4 times so far, and with no way to exploit the Cell Addict achievement, it's time to get to work. The other achievements where we had to beat a stage multiple times were only 10 times each, but the Cell Addict achievement needs us to play Cell Stage 25 times. The wiki also mentions that we need to complete Cell Stage on each difficulty at least once. We've done plenty on easy, and that one on hard difficulty so far, so we made sure to do one run on normal as well. During the Cell Stage marathon, we also did one run as a pacifist for the pacifist achievement, then began the cell grind, but thankfully it didn't take too long. It took almost 2 hours from here to complete the remaining 21 cell stages, around 5 minutes for each run, and now we are a cell addict. Getting really close to the end, just one more Omnipotent run to go. For the final archetype, we got the Wanderer Passion achievement. This is actually one of the easiest achievements to unlock. We just need to start Space Stage from the main menu to unlock it. This also gives us the Alter Ego achievement for playing as every archetype. One final effort is all that remains to get the last title of Omnipotent, Wanderer Hero, and fitting to be near the end, the Alter Ego's Alter Ego achievement for completing the Space Stage progress bar as every archetype. And finally, the last achievement, we need to use the command console. This whole series we haven't used any cheats, and we were saving the Pathological Cheater achievement for last. This achievement is interesting because using cheats deactivates achievements from being unlocked, including the Pathological Cheater achievement. So how we get this one is to load into Cell Stage, save, and use a cheat like Add DNA, and that will count for one cheat used. But now, all further cheats don't count towards any achievement progress, since cheats turn off achievement tracking. But we need to use cheats 50 times for this achievement. So we can use our classic exploit mechanics to quit without saving, return to the main menu, and load back up the Cell Stage. Since we didn't save and return to the previous save, the achievement tracking is still active for this Cell Stage. So we can use Add DNA again for the second cheat, and now achievements are deactivated again. So we can loop this 50 times for the Pathological Cheater achievement. And that's all 89 achievements unlocked in 27 hours, 54 minutes, and 50 seconds. I conducted a prediction poll before the series started, and congrats to everyone who got the correct time. I learned a lot about the achievements in this game, and most of these achievements I'd never gotten before. Looking through the run, I can see around 2 hours of time to be saved, now understanding how the achievements work a lot better. If anyone is looking to give this speedrun a go, and let me know what else you'd like to see for future challenge runs. Thank you all so much for watching, I'm King of Valence, and I'll see you next time.